This is Fowl Players Radio, your podcast for arts, entertainment, and pop culture. Welcome. My name is Michael Spedden, your host. Every episode features fun, fascinating stories about people in the performing arts, actors, authors, dancers, writers, musicians, athletes, you name it. Folks who are center stage, backstage, on camera, or behind the scenes. Sit back and listen. Let's have some fun. Fowl Players Radio is a proud production of the Fowl Players Group and the official podcast of the Fowl Players of Perryville.
Hey, you guys, this is Gina Shock, drummer of the Go-Go's.
Snowman here.
Hey, Mary Jo Peel here.
Hi, this is Kathy Ladman.
Hi, this is Jay Nedry from the Road Ducks.
This is A.D. Adams, and you are tuned in to Fowl Players Radio with your host, Michael Spedden.
Hello, listeners. We at Fowl Players Radio thank you for all of your support over the past 10 seasons and nearly 300 episodes. We would like to encourage you to keep listening and spread the word. Audio versions of all episodes can be found on our main website, fowlplayersradio.com, as well as on many of the other platforms you can see here. You can find all of our Season 9 and 10 episodes, as well as some best-of episodes and shorts on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@fowlplayersradio. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to get alerts when new episodes are released. No matter what platform you choose to listen, you can help us greatly by hitting the subscribe button and giving us an honest review. You can also help us by supporting us at patreon.com/foulplayersradio or at buymeacoffee.com/foulplayerw. Your support makes it possible for us to continue to be your one-stop shop for all of your pop culture needs. Be sure to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for new episode announcements and news and updates on all of our guests. Thank you, and enjoy this episode. And folks, welcome back to another episode of Fowl Players Radio. I'm your host, Michael Spedden. Kim Yates has returned to talk about her upcoming season at Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill in Spring Grove, PA, and this year's haunt season will start on September 15th, 2023, and will feature lots of upgraded attractions, activities, and merch, and a new mascot who will be gracing the front of a t-shirt. By the way, this is their 30th season. What a milestone indeed. What a job well done, Kimmy. Good job, dear. www.kimskrypt.com. Remember, you can hear my show, The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern on 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. The Fowl Players of Perryville will be performing on Maryland Party Boat, September 10th, 2003, from 12 to 3. Tickets are available at marylandpartyboat.com. Also, we will be performing on the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad on October 7th and 28th. WMSR.com, and tickets are going fast for these shows, folks. We appreciate your support of the show. Remember, no matter what platform you listen to us on, hit that like and subscribe button. And believe it or not, the holidays are right around the corner. They're creeping up on us, folks. Guests of Fowl Players Radio are amazingly talented people who produce great things that make great gifts. So check out their links and all the show notes of every episode. And please support them. Books, t-shirts, CDs, DVDs, theater tickets, show tickets, all make great gifts. Remember, shop small this holiday season and support your artists. This is how dreams come true. We'll be right back with Kim Yates right after these words.
Hi, this is Bud Becker.
Hi, everybody. Dwight Weems from Gaz the Fun Band.
Hi, folks. This is Jay David.
Hey, this is Brian Damage from Kicks and Rhino Bucket.
Hi, this is Kim of Kim's Krypt.
Hello, my name is Gunhild Carling.
Hi, this is Paul Castiglia, and you're listening to Fowl Players Radio, the one-stop shop for all your pop culture needs.
And welcome back. Another episode of Fowl Players Radio, and we're starting late summer, early fall. And what would Fowl Players Radio be this time of year without my good friend Kim Yates to come on and tell us all about what's going on up at the Krypt this year? Kimmy, great to see you, dear.
Hello, Mike. Nice to see you again, too. And it's always great to be on your show. It's been a long day. It's been a long weekend. It's been crazy. And I'm just getting back and trying to get settled here. And I got little Candy right here. This is my kitty cat, one of Candy with a K, and there's Kane over there eating. He was sick, but he's good now. So I'm in here with my kitties, and we are getting ready to open. We open September 15th, which is only a few weeks, like less than 3 weeks from now. And we have 5 attractions, 5 huge attractions, plus the zombie escape room, plus hearse rides, coffin rides, games. We have the season pass. Now it's $50 off. So for $350, you get upfront parking, you get a laminated pass, double pass, with a lanyard, a limited edition lanyard. You get a hoodie, you get repeat entry to all attractions, repeat entry, skip the line pass, and a meal. And you get a meal every time you come to Krypt, and that includes the paranormal ghost tours, which we have coming up. This coming Saturday, the 2nd, we have a paranormal ghost tour right here at Krypt in the ghost pit. It's only $40 for 4 hours. So that season pass gets you everything we do. Kim's Christmas, halfway to Halloween, the Winter Wonder Trail, and you can go as many times through the season as you want to. It's a great deal. A lot of people are taking advantage of that. So if you go to kimskrypt.com, you can get your season pass.
That sounds wonderful. So you're packaging things so people can come back more than once and get a deal on it. That really sounds like a good deal right there.
It really is, because if you think about it, a lot of people come and take advantage of the $60 combo ticket. That $60 combo ticket gets you 5 attractions, and you save money there. But a lot of people do the upgrade, and they do the RIP pass, which is $125, and that gets you skip the line pass. It's get you skip the line pass, and you also get what do you get for that? You get a meal, you get a T-shirt, you get a water bottle. So basically, it gets you everything the season pass gets you, and repeat entry, but it's only for one night. So for $125, that's still a good deal, because you can do everything, and you get the laminated pass and all that, but it's for one night only. So, but for $125. But so for just a little bit more, you can come to all of our events throughout the year. That's the deal there.
Well, that's great. It always sounds like you're putting together something to make things a little better for everybody. To come out and see you, and you're always working something there. To make things
we really are.
I mean, it's a and the thing is attractions, when the caliber of viewers aren't, they're not cheap to go to, and it's really good to see that you're packaging things to make things a little easier. People.
We have a good, like I said, we have a great package deal, because the $60 deal for 5 of them is a really good deal as well, because our attractions here at Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, they're long, so you got the House of Eyes, which is the newest remodeled one that we have. That is a decent amount, and it's new scares and new thrills and a lot going on in there. And then you have the Horror Mangus Mill, which is pretty long. That features the swamp room. You got dragons, you got a coffin room, you got zombies, witches, and it's always some fun stuff there. Electric chairs, and it's just chaos, a lot of chaos in there. Then of course you have the 4 Floors of Fear in the Haunted Mill. And that's the longest attraction there. That takes a long time to go through, because I've heard people say, does it ever end? And I'm like, it ends. But once you go outside, a lot of people say, oh, finally it's over. No, it's not. Then you keep going. So it's pretty cool. A lot of and there's real ashes of the dead in the basement of the Haunted Mill. Then of course you have the Terror Trail, which is over a half-mile walk through the trail, over the creeks, over the bridges, and that's some pretty wild stuff there. Of course, that's got some really new, exciting things that we've added to the Terror Trail this year. So if you haven't experienced that, you're going to be in for some new frights, new scares, and new thrills this year in the Terror Trail. The Dark Despair, of course, that'll be back. Complete Darkness, you got to go through and find your way. So those are the 5. Of course, we have the Zombie Escape Room too. So there's a lot going on, and they're not short. They're very long attractions, and they're detailed, and they're fun, and they're scary and entertaining.
I'll tell you, I mean, I haven't been out there in a while now. I think it's been maybe a couple of seasons just because my schedule hasn't allowed it with the things that I'm doing. But
Mhm.
I mean, I remember I walked through Dark Despair. I think it was like by accident one night. I was out there
Did you?
working and I just wanted to walk in. I was like, Jesus. I mean, it is like you can't even see your hand in front of your face in that thing. I mean, it is
Right.
black.
Yeah, yep. And we've had it that way for several years. It's
Mhm.
kind of pretty much been the same thing, but we changed the walls. We changed the configuration of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's the
Wow.
same premise. Yeah, it's the same premise, but the walls we can change them from this way to that way, and openings here, openings there, and that's what we do. So there's
Mhm.
basically one path through, and you got to figure it out. And
Right,
there's a
right.
surprise inside somewhere, and
Uh-oh.
it's a lot of fun, and it's very dark and very scary.
Hmm.
So what blows my mind is people say, well, which one's the scariest one? Well, they're all scary in their own way.
Yes,
But I
yes.
tell you, people they either love the dark despair or they hate it,
Mhm.
because they love it because it is scary and they can't find their way out. And that's a great time for them because that's what they like. Then you have other people that, even though it says dark despair and the ticket taker tells you no cell phones, no lights, no lighters, keep it dark at all times, the first thing they do when they walk through is turn their cell phone on. And we're like, now you're ruining it for not only yourself, you're ruining it for everybody in there by
Yeah.
lighting it up. It's the whole
Cheaters.
point. You know, we take a long time and pride and effort and energy to make these attractions with the scenically um pleasing to the eye, as well as aesthetically, and the sounds and the ambient sounds and everything that goes with it. So you're not only getting, scares everywhere, you're getting um the little things, and people have noticed that too. And we changed that up, and we've added, I don't want to give everything away, but a lot of characters that people enjoy and really like and have asked about, we have them this year. So
Oh.
come to the Terror Trail and find out. And what my one guy, he's a manager of the mill, Jerry West. He has taken all the new props basically that I have. So now, if you thought the mill was good last year, the haunted mill, you got to see it this year. There's props around every corner. You go in the corner, because I mean, I'll walk through one night and I'm like, where did that come from? Where did this come from? Walk around the corner and like there's more stuff, and we definitely utilize it from the ground to the walls to the ceiling. And I mean, that's the thing about Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill. You're going to get scares all over, 360 scares everywhere. So it's not just eye level, it's not just adult level too. We appeal to all ages and all levels of scares. It's pretty cool.
You do. You
30-year
do.
anniversary too.
30
Yeah,
years.
by the way, 30.
Congratulations
Yes,
on that. And I really mean that. I mean, you started that out of your house that you had 30
I
years
did.
ago.
I
And
did 30 years ago out of
wow.
out of Rosedale, in Rosedale, Maryland. That's where it started. And
And
go ahead.
it's not the same. Was it the house that you live in currently, or is it a different one?
Yeah, it's the same
Okay.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where it started. Yep. I moved in there in 1994, and that's when Kim's Krypt started.
Mhm.
And we evolved and outgrew the house, wound up at the Ripken Stadium one year. We were next to King's Liquors in a restaurant one year. We were at the VFW Hall in Middle River
Mhm.
for 3 years. Then we were in Dundalk for, I want to say, 4 to 5 years, and Essex for 5 years. And then in 2014, the Haunted Mill Scream Park went up for auction. And I went to the auction with a whole lot of other people and placed my bid. And I bid, they bid, I bid again, and then I wound up winning the whole thing. And
Well, mm,
and then here's the thing. This was June. No, this was May. This was May 14th, because we were open Friday the 13th
okay.
in Essex. So we went in May, and I bid, I won, but they wouldn't let us do anything until I paid for it. So I had
Right.
to pay for it before we could even touch anything or move a board or put up a prop or do anything. And this is like now we're into June. So by the time I got everything together and bought it July is when we actually started working on it for that season in 2014. And I wasn't even going to open. I'm like, man, there's so much work that needs to be done with this haunted mill because, you know, Tim Sterner got really sick and they stopped putting money into it and they kind of let it go. And the second floor of the mill wasn't even complete. The third floor there was nothing there. There was nothing. So in the haunted mill itself, which used to be 4 floors, was only the basement and the first floor. So then the following year, we added second floor. And then the following year, we expanded the Harmangus Mill and brought that attraction back. And the following year, then we added to the third floor. We brought in Dark Despair. We tore down, which used to be called Mall's Crazy Maze. And then we called it Kim's Crazy Maze once I took over. We tore that down, but expanded the Harmangus Mill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we built a midway too. So not only do we expand on one of the attractions, we have a midway, which is going to be more games and more food. Of course, the food truck, Kim's Canteen, it's the Krypt Canteen, and we sell like nachos and cheeseburgers, fries, hot dogs, and it's good food. And don't worry, Kim ain't cooking, not me. I burn Pop-Tarts, so that will be none of that. So, and also we got these and all around town, we got flyers out there. We got the 4x9 flyers that promote the Halloween season, September 15th weekend through Halloween. We open that Monday and Tuesday, the Halloween Tuesday and the October 30th. Then we got the Winter Wonder Trail in the back. So got that going on 5 weekends from Black Friday all the way to the Christmas weekend. That we got Kim's Christmas for 1 weekend in December. And then this really cool poster here. We got these hanging around town, and if you scan the little code here, you get a discount. So there's your discount. So you could save money by getting yourself a flyer or check out the posters around town. And we're excited for our 30th year. We really are, but there's still a lot to do, but we do a lot every day. So no matter what night you come, you're going to be scared. You're going to have fun. We're open Friday through Sunday, plus Halloween, Monday and Tuesday.
I mean,
7 weekends.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, just trying to kind of wrap my mind around how much of a job that is to maintain your whole complex. I mean, you're open, and I mean, you do have other events, your Christmas time events, like you'd mentioned, your normal haunt season. But I mean, the minute that closes, I guess after, your Christmas events happen, I mean, boom, you are working straight through until the next haunt season, fixing, doing repairs, doing maintenance, adding. I mean, this is just an astronomically insane amount of work that it takes for you to keep this thing going. It's not an easy task at all,
It's not easy, and it never ends. Because a lot of people say, so when do you start getting ready for the haunt season? And my answer is, it never ends.
Yeah.
Haunt season doesn't end. It just continues. So we prepare for these 7 weeks every day, as well as all the other stuff going on my property. So with 62.5 acres and of course, the 9 tenants and the club and the everything else that's going on, it's, I got a guy that just cuts the grass and maintains the grounds. That's all he does. So it's, even though I have employees, these employees are delegated to do different duties throughout the day. But I have prop guys. I got the restoration team and the people that make the props, to repair the props. And we have a lot of our own stuff too. And we've done some pretty neat stuff. And I don't know if you saw the new shirt. It's got the witches on it, and it's 30-year anniversary. They glow in the dark too. So we got long sleeve, short sleeve, tank tops, and the zip up hoodies in this 30-year anniversary. And because I liked it so much, the cool logo, we added a lot of witches to the Terror Trail. Now we do have witches in I think we also have a witch scene in the Haunted Mill too. But the Terror Trail witch scene is kind of like based off of this theme, and it's going to be really cool this year. But like I said, I'm not going to tell you all the things. There's some new things here, there, and everywhere, and you're going to be surprised. And speaking of the Terror Trail,
Mhm.
My boy Fred was born in the Terror Trail. He is a baby vulture. And he was born in the attic. And then he came down from the attic and he was living in the block building of the Terror Trail for a good, well, from what I've known of him, a good two weeks at least that went on. But he was there for a couple months and people didn't know what it was. They were hearing things. And Eric Rudd, who is one of my actors, and he also does he makes his own masks and stuff. He's very talented. He actually, it's funny. He was in there. It's like, there's something in there and I'm scared and I'm not going to be in there because I don't know what it is. And it's making all kind of noise. And we had no idea. I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So then right around the end of July, Jerry G, he oh gosh, he makes props, he makes things. It's amazing. My whole team is amazing. Jerry G says on the radio, he says, Jerry West, get down here now. I'm in a block building and there's something big and loud and I'm not going in there. So we didn't know what it was, but we all jumped on golf carts and rode down the Terror Trail. And I was walking in the back door. I didn't know what this thing was, but I heard, they said there was something big in there and we didn't know what it was. So I'm on the phone with Jen, this girl Jen from Trans World, because Kim's Krypt is sponsoring Trans World. It's going to be in April in Philly. So the big horror convention. And I said, I gotta go. I said, there's something big in the block building Terror Trail. I gotta go. So I got off the phone and I said, I'm coming in the back way. He said, no, that's where he's at. Go the other way. I'm like, okay, what is it? So I went in the front way and I go in and I see this black thing with this beautiful white, like fur and feathers on the front. And I'm like, what is it? What is it? And they said, it's a turkey buzzard. Not to be, and it really wasn't a turkey buzzard. It's a vulture. It's a black vulture. There's a difference. I did some research on this and it's pretty cool. And he was in there just a hissing, making all this noise. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So of course I recorded it. I put videos out there. I did, videos and pictures of him for weeks. And then Trixie started feeding them. She went to the store, she went to Kenny's and got like gizzards and hearts and liver and was feeding them. And then I started feeding them, but outside, like during the next week, because I wanted him to kind of get used to coming outside. So he went outside and he got the food and he brought it back into his little house. It was really cute. But yes, everybody was like kind of, getting used to this bird, and it was like a thing, and then, and then the videos were out there, the pictures, and it was like every day it was a new little adventure of Fred. And we got him with his wings spread out. I was talking to him and he was hissing at me. And then like friends would come up there. I would say, come here, you gotta see this, you gotta see Fred. And I would take him down and he wouldn't relocate. Sometimes he'd be over on this end, sometimes at the beginning. Other times he was at the end, and then one time he was outside and he flew up onto the graveyard fence, the cemetery, and I got a picture. And then Jerry G found this old property, he like restored it, and it's a Fred lookalike. So I took a picture today of it in the same position in the Terror Trail, and I put them side by side. And it looks pretty cool, actually. I don't know if you saw that on Facebook, but it's pretty cool. So now we're gonna have like a little Fred replica in there, but we're gonna have something else going on too. We're talking like photo ops and things like that, and then you're gonna hear the Fred noise that he made. But yeah, I guess if people don't know what I'm talking about, go to my Facebook page and you'll see there's videos around the end of July, and it was pretty wild. He was hissing, and Jerry G said that he was in there, and when he first saw him, he hissed at him, and he did the chatter of the beak, like I said, oh, I bet you, it was scary. It was scary. Nobody wanted to go near him because we didn't want to get attacked. We were told that beak is powerful, and if he gets threatened, he'll either vomit on you or poop on you. So we didn't want that.
Yeah, neither one of those sounds good. But I can imagine, just to kind of backtrack a little bit here, you were talking about, you didn't know what this noise is, and
No,
get down
we
here,
didn't
get down here, and the thing is, I've been out there before, and just walking through or been out there like on a day when you're not having the haunt. And you guys bust each
Yeah.
other's chops all the time. You're always jumping out at each
Yeah, we
other. You're
do.
always scaring it. So Lord knows what was going through your mind. Was it really something in there, or was he going to just doing a bit to scare
Well,
somebody?
we knew it was something. We knew it was something real, and the
Yeah.
reason why we knew is because basically these guys are on the clock, and I don't think he would waste everybody's time coming down there. So we knew something was going on, and
Mhm.
Eric had said that there's something in there, but I didn't know what that meant. I'm like thinking it's a squirrel, it's a bird, it's we didn't. I
Right.
didn't know. But
Mhm.
he said there's something in there, it's living, and he said there was a funky smell in there too.
Oh
So
yeah.
I had no idea. So then once we saw what it was,
Mhm.
that's the thing that was in the attic. I mean, it was like it didn't sound like a cat hissing, like cats hiss, like it was more like
Mhm.
it had like a growl to it. And it was
Sure. Yeah.
scary. I'm like, oh, we were all scared. Even though we loved him, well, I loved him
Mhm.
and still do. We were scared of him because we didn't know what he was going to do. He was going to come
Right.
at us, and then this is Kane. This is Kane. Hello, Kane. Say hi to the people's Kane. So that was something. It was quite the adventure with Fred. And now Candy and Kane are upset because, of course, Creepy had shirts because he did Creepy karaoke. He was my 10-and-a-half-year-old boy, cat.
Mhm.
And Creepy and Candy, they don't have shirts. They don't have shirts, but Fred has a shirt coming out, so they're very upset.
Mhm.
I said, "That's okay. We'll get you guys shirts one day." But yeah, we got new Otis shirts coming out with a really cool back that's gonna have Maggot, Otis, and Sluggo on the back. And we haven't decided yet if it's gonna say Midway Maniacs or it's gonna say uh uh Kibbs Krypt Cannibals. We don't know with K, of course. We don't know, but we're still working on that. But it's always a new shirt in the works that never ends.
Yeah, I was only out there like maybe 2 or 3 seasons, I think, and I made my way onto a shirt. I'm right here with
Yeah, you
Sluggo.
did.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you
I
did.
did. That was
That was
such a fun acting gig.
yeah.
It's a shame. I really miss. It's a shame my schedule doesn't allow it anymore like it did. But I really miss working with you guys because you're a fun group. Performing for the people out there is fun. And
It
I think,
is.
and I know we've talked about this 1,000 times when I've had you on. For anybody who's creative, anybody who's like, especially a performing artist, you know, Halloween is always a special time. Everybody really seems to dig Halloween. And I really enjoyed performing out there when I did. I had, my two characters, my one that was
Yeah.
just kind of big, dumb, and
Right.
silent, and the other one that was just kind of
Yeah.
creepy and made you want to take a shower after you left. And
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I really miss
Right.
that. I really miss that. Now, what I wanted to ask too, and you covered a lot of the things. You answered a lot of my questions, as you were just telling everybody about what's going on out there. So, wanted to backtrack a little bit. You've had your regular characters there, and you just mentioned a number of them. Otis. You've had Sluggo, of course, yourself,
Pluggo,
Trixie, um,
Cookie,
Cookie, um,
Maggot. Yeah.
Maggot. Any new ones?
Well, here's something, and it's funny because I was talking to one of my characters
Hmm.
and my seasonal employees today. There's people there that have been there for years that
Hmm.
do characters, but they change their character
Right,
and
right.
they're in the same area.
Hmm.
So okay, now I'm on the second floor of the mill. I'm going
Hmm.
through the little coffin area, and there's going to be this little drop down window and something in there, and then she comes out, and then you kind of go around and around, and then her friend is on the other side. Now these are, and I'm going to put it out there, middle-aged women. These are not kids.
Hmm.
These are not like the teenagers, but these women are dedicated. They're there every season. They're
Hmm.
there mostly every night, and they
Hmm.
do their own rooms too, but
Right,
they do
right.
them in a different fashion, like very kind of dark themed, vampirish, you
Hmm.
know, like the battery operated candles with like unique things on the wall, and they just really do it up and they change it. And then she was so excited. Jeannie was up there with her husband, and they're putting stuff on the walls, adding stuff here, making tables, just just really doing her scene up. And because she loves it, she loves Halloween, she loves decorating, and it gives her the creative freedom to do that in her area. So it's like one of those things where she's coming, but she changes her costume. She might be dark and veily with black eyes or whatever, but she's going to change it. She might come out, you know what I mean? So there's always these two ladies are up there, but they change the costumes and characters. So that's the difference. And like even Eric, who I touched, he's another really good actor, but he changes his character. He might be a psycho ward crazy guy, then he might be some pumpkin head guy that he makes because he makes his own characters and masks and things like that. So he changes his as well. And then we have a lot of guys who have been there in the trail that and well, all the attractions, they do the same thing, and that's what they do. Like some of the younger boys, they're there. We got the one that might be playing Michael Myers or Jason. One might be playing the electric chair guy. Rio's a friend of mine who runs a sanctuary for animals.
Oh yeah. Oh, good
And
old Rio.
She lives up northeast Maryland.
Yeah,
So
lives
she's
near
got a
me,
home. Yeah. So she's way up there. So her rather than her drive, she just basically stays on the property. So she comes up and she does a new scene in her area every year. And I want to say every season, because she does all the seasons with us as well. So she changes hers up. So that's the same person when you come out, when you're in the Horror Magus Mill, you go through the rooms, and when you come out of the zombies banging on the cage and whatnot, that's her area that's kind of outside before you go back inside. So it's the same person, but her character changes every season. So that's why it's hard to say, oh, this is the Rio character, because it changes every time.
You're right about that, and she puts a lot of effort into it. I remember one of the years I was working, I was just doing my line work and just making my rounds and walking through and everything, and she set hers up. She set her area up once, like the Mexican Day of the Dead, and she was even speaking Spanish to people, and I thought that was really cool.
It's always something new and different and exciting, and it's like her creativity never ends. She always has something new, and you just never know what it's going to be. One of my favorites that she did was she played a broken animated doll, and she had a stage and everything and lights and the sound, and she was doing her thing, and then the sound kind of went down and the lights went, and then of course then the doll came to life. It was her. She really played it well, and people thought it was an animatronic. It was really cool. That was like one of my favorites.
Some of the things Eric has come up with, just to kind of go back to him for a second, it's been just amazing. And you and Trixie told me that the first camp out I did, I creeped out half the staff. But let me tell you, Eric got my number a couple of times. Especially going through the mill when he was playing the mental patient.
He used to be in the mill.
Yeah, in the mill. And some of the masks I've seen him make are just incredible. Didn't he make himself and some other people like a possum or a skunk mask or something that looked absolutely authentic?
He's done that, and I believe he makes some pig masks and stuff like that.
Yes. I mean, he is just a gifted individual, and he does just such a heck of a job.
There's a lot of gifted individuals there. I mean,
there really are.
The ticket takers, because you have to be pretty witty and keep people engaged while you're ticket taking too. And the people that run the ticket booth, in the gift shop, my zombie escape room people. It's just like I mean, everybody from parking to the crosswalk to security to everybody. It's an excellent team that makes up Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill.
It really is. Now, a couple of times, and actually, a couple of people had asked me this. And I was going to ask you. There's been a few times out there, when I was working, and I noticed I was just kind of doing my thing, and I noticed that there were sometimes when either you or maybe Trixie or sometimes Cookie would take a group through. They would, I guess maybe ask for one of you or something. Is that something that you do regularly? Like, do people come and ask for you to take them through, or is that something that you've done?
That's something that actually we started doing that because we had people that were too afraid to go through Kim's Krypt hunting them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were afraid to go through. So they request actually how it worked was they're afraid to go through and they were going to leave.
Oh,
So
okay.
Trixie got wind of this
Mhm.
and said, no, don't leave. Let me talk to you. And she talks to the children because it's kids
Mhm.
that are too afraid to go through. And she tells them her name. I'm Trixie. I'll walk through. I'll hold your hand. I'll tell you where all the scares are. And it works. People go through with her and she holds their hand. And next thing you know, they're best friends. And they're dressing up in Trixie makeup and they're coming up and they go, I want to walk through with Trixie again. So, or like she'll walk through with them and talk to them. And then they get brave. Then they're like, okay, I'm not afraid anymore. And then
Oh, okay.
it's a great thing. And I've had so many people say, that I've never been to a haunted house that does that. That's very unique and special. And we're so glad that you do that. And so that's just one of the things that happens if people can't go through, they'll find somebody. And it's usually her because she's very
Right.
good with the children.
Oh,
And I've
she's
tried
excellent.
it. Yeah. I mean, I've done it before, but
Mhm.
that's usually not my things. I'm usually doing everything else. But yeah, it's pretty cool that we do that. And of course, Cookie makes fun of her. Trixie's babysitting service. It's like, no, but it's
Oh,
neat. It's a good time, and the kids love it.
the two of them are always at each other anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a great thing. Well, excellent. I saw the Fred shirts that are going to be out now too. Getting back to Fred, I
Yes,
love it.
Fred
I
the
love it.
Vulture has his own shirts, and they're coming out. They should be out next week because we just got toddler shirts.
Mhm.
And we got doggy shirts, shorts, sweatpants, and the other batch of 30-year anniversary shirts that we needed to get. And we needed some like bigger sizes and stuff. So now we have all sizes of all that.
Mhm.
And the Fred shirts in next year, next week, they'll be really cool. We got him on the front and they glow in the dark and he's got these little green eyes and it looks cool. In the back, he's sitting on the fence. And that's a really, really cool shot. And Chris
That's
did that from Rogues Hollow. He's my web guy. He does my
mhm,
art and photos and t-shirts and flyers and stuff. So
mhm. I gotta say,
yeah,
you know,
it's really cool. And I've already had orders placed.
mhm. I've got to say that you are constantly coming up with excellent art for to promote your haunt. The T-shirts are always good. The posters are always good, and you just got another one that was just great. I mean, what can I say? You've really got to, whoever you have promoting and putting this materials together for you is really doing a bang up job.
Yeah, his name is Chris from Rogues Hollow.
Okay,
And he
Rogues
does
Hollow.
horror websites. Yeah, he does horror websites. He does photography, video, and he
Mhm,
designs our flyers. And like I said, his t-shirts and everything.
mhm,
And I believe he's out of Ohio.
mm,
So it's all like through email and phone calls and stuff. And he has a lot of clients. So I'm not the only one, but
mhm.
I'm constantly on him.
Yeah.
Like, but he's good. He's very good at what he does. And I've been working with him for gosh, many, many years.
Well, great,
Many.
great, great. Well,
Yeah.
Kim, again, I love to, I always love when you come on, is what I wanted to say. I really enjoy having you all the time. And um, just to ask, any chance of a camp out, any of those? I get you through the haunt season first.
Well, the problem is we did Kim's Krypt camp out for 4 years, 2016 through 19. And it
Hmm.
was excellent. It was fun, 13 hours of pure terror and torture and seclusion and abduction and blood and pulling people out of their tents and tying people up and scavenger hunt for cash prizes, and I mean everything. It was so awesome. The haunts were open, and people loved it. We have a cult following for that too. People
You
ask
really
all the
do.
time, "You can camp out," but the problem is it was so much work for 13 hours. And I mean, if you think about it, so basically we went from Halloween season, we go right into Christmas, and then the Kim's Christmas, and then January would come, and we would already be promoting the camp out. So then we were already gearing up for it and preparing for it and doing everything for the camp out, which was in June. So there was really no time to focus on the haunts at all, because it was a constant like promote. Now we're going to do this, and now we're, it was like, now we need these flyers, and now we need that. It was never ending, and selling tickets and getting it. So at least now, without the camp out, we have more time to focus on upgrading the haunts and doing things like that. But I enjoyed it, and I would definitely do it again. And I've said this before: if Trixie is on board to do it, I'm sure that our team would come together and support her. But she is the one that she's like, no. I mean, you say the word camp out, she gets angry. She's like, "Arr." Yeah, she turns into like a little Fred. But oh yeah, by the way, she's the one that named Fred Fred. So
Oh,
I don't
she
know
did.
why, but yeah, I don't know why. I had no idea, but it kind of stuck. But yeah, a lot of people ask that same question: would you ever do a camp out again, or when are you going to bring it back? Because we were kind of planning it for 2024, got the 5-year, bringing it back after 5 years. But I don't think it's going to happen, because we would have already had to been promoting it this year for that.
Oh,
So
easily. Yeah.
yeah. So you never know. I'm not saying that we won't do it. You never know, but it was a lot of fun, and it was the most unique horror experience I've ever seen. And these people were, mind blown, and they loved it, and they still talk about it. And it was definitely, throwing people in the dunk tank, throw them in the creek. They were doing like calisthenics and push-ups and whatnot at like 4 a.m. And I'm like, what is going on right now? It was just insane. But it was fun, and people still, love it. I still have a few camp out shirts left too. So.
Yeah, I tell you, that was a lot of fun to work too. So,
Yeah,
well,
it was.
Kim, well, thank you again for coming with us and telling us all about this. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very excited to come out and see the ever-changing Kim's Krypt and how it just keeps getting better every year. And keep up the good work. I mean, what you've accomplished, if you really look at what you've done with this from the time you started it up until now, I mean, it's definitely something to be admired, definitely something to be proud of. And hey, kudos to
Thank
you.
you.
Kudos to you.
Well, thank you. And my team.
And the team, So so tell us, if you would, just give us your website and any other promotional information you'd like to give us now.
Well, you could find out all the information about Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill. We have Facebook pages. We have Instagram. We're on Twitter. But the main thing you want to go to is kimskrypt.com.
That's great. That's great. Kimskrypt.com, everybody. So
and spelled with K's, not C's.
That's
it's
right.
Kim's Krypt with a K.
That's right. That's right. So remember, kimskrypt.com starting on September 15th. There's all kinds of deals, packages, and everything else you can get there, all kinds of wonderful merchandise. And it is a hell of a good time down there. So make sure you get your tickets and go out and enjoy it. It's there to be enjoyed. And it's, again, I can say from, having both, gone through it, having worked there, having known Kim as long as I have, it's well done. And it's definitely something you don't want to miss during your Halloween season. So thank you, Kimmy.
It's fun, it's entertaining, exciting. Also, I want to tell you, Anything Goes night this year, which is kind of like a mini camp out per se.
Oh, right.
Basically, we can get you bloody. We can, poncho is suggested. We can tie you up and put you in coffins and things like that. We do have coffin rides and hearse rides too, if you didn't know that. I got a 68 Cadillac hearse. You can take a ride in that for $5, or for 10, you can ride the coffin in the 92 hearse. The Anything Goes night, Sunday, September 24th And it is, sign a waiver. You have to be 18 or over, and we'll give you a glow stick. You go through and we'll torch you a little bit. So that's a lot of fun. People came out with pumpkins on their heads last year. That was wild. And then trunk or treat this year is Sunday, October 29th from 2 to 4 p.m. And that trunk or treat is you can sign up to bring your vehicle up. It's free for all. And it'll be giving out candy. We'll have discount coupons to the haunted house. The zombie escape room will be open. Our food truck will be open, as well as our snack shack and gift shop. So check that out from 2 to 4 on the 29th. The kids love it. They can do trunk or treat. And we have not cash prizes from the gift shop, including tickets, merchandise, and other for the top 3 best decorated trunks. So that's really cool.
Wonderful. Well, you know where to find it, folks. Kim'sKrypt.com up in Spring Grove, PA. So thanks again, Kim. It's always great to see you, dear. Always good to catch up. And I always enjoy getting a chance to catch up with you every couple months or so. And,
thank you.
So thanks again,
Same
folks.
to you.
And thank you all for listening. We will see you next time.
Kim'sKrypt.com.
Hello, this is John Piet,
Kevin Schmidt.
and Jerry Bozick, and we're August, the little band from Virginia. You can hear our story, other stories from the legendary Baltimore, D.C. music scene, and much, much more with Michael Spedden on Fowl Players Radio. You can find it at www.fowlplayersradio.com, on YouTube, and wherever we find podcasts online. Keep rocking.
And folks, thanks again for tuning in tonight. We had Kim Yates return again. She's been on the show so many times. I mean, she's almost like Norm at Cheers with us. Congratulations again to Kim on her 30th year of Kim's Krypt. I mean, what a milestone, what an accomplishment. And I got to tell you, that is a lot of work that goes into that park. So folks, make sure you get out and support it. It is very well done. Remember, you can hear my show, The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. Also, remember that no matter what platform you listen to us on, always hit that like and subscribe button and pass the word around. Folks, we appreciate your support. Come back next week. We have another episode. We will have Scarlet Angel on here. Kim coming back again with her band Scarlet Angel. Remember to tune in. This is Michael Spedden signing off, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, say, can you see my